I believe we are live. Always a little bit delay when I record these from my laptop for whatever reason. Welcome to Direct Mail Monday, April 6th, 2020. Your humble host, Steve Sipress here. And I have the piece of the week I'm about to share. Now, a little caveat. This is about an in-person conference which has since been switched to an online conference, as is happening all over the world these days, certainly here in America, because every convention, conference, heck, can you have someone over for dinner? I mean, meeting of any 10 people or more have all been canceled by government decree, although grocery stores are still open. Don't get me started with the ridiculous hypocrisy of our inept, ridiculous overreach in government. But anyway, let's get right to it. This, now about a month ago, I shared another piece from this same sender about the same event. You might remember if you follow along on Direct Mail Mondays. It was in the shape of this football. And I said something like, you're sending something that, how could I possibly ignore this? Right? Now, maybe if somebody absolutely hates football, but even still, how are you going to ignore? It's 2D, not 3D, but when's the last time you got a football in with your mail? Which, by the way, the brilliant marketer Rob Anspach quoted in my new Facebook group, Profit from Chaos. Search for it or go to profitfromchaos.com. You get my free report. You get invited to the private group. We're having a lot of fun in there. We're sharing all kinds of examples of ways to ethically profit during this shutdown. I don't mean stockpiling toilet paper and selling it for 50 bucks a roll on eBay. I don't mean putting out fake coronavirus cure kits or fake testing kits or whatever. None of that crap. I'm talking about effective, easy, entertaining, all kinds of fun ways to get through this shutdown with flying colors. Profitfromchaos.com. Anyway, so events, where was I anyway? Events being switched to online all over the place, and yet marketing is continuing. Right, I was mentioning the brilliant Rob Anspach, who put a post in that group today. I just saw it just recently. I only log on to Facebook at the end of every day, otherwise I'm totally, like it does to so many people, suck in and destroy my agenda for the day if I got sidetracked. And so I think he posted it this morning, I saw, but very appropriate, being Direct Mail Monday. He said, hey, one of the essential businesses is the post office. They're still open, and since people, I'm paraphrasing, but since people are still home and kind of shut in and kind of bored of what am I going to do, and I've already binge watched everything I wanted to watch and listened to all my favorite music over and over, when a piece arrives in the mail, they're much more likely to curl up with it and read it and pay attention to it than ever before. Like, this is the time, folks. Direct mail is kicking butt as always, but even better during this downturn, as with almost all of marketing and advertising and selling right now, because a lot of businesses, owners, are curled up in a ball, waiting and hoping for government bailout, and is this going to blow over, and what's going to happen, and I don't know, and in the meantime, not doing anything about it. What the heck? I saw an interview Howard Schultz, founder of Starbucks. Neither here nor there. It's not like he has evidence for it, but his opinion, he says, this shutdown is going to kill 1 out of every 3 small businesses in America. I think it was in America. And that's great news. Not overall, of course. It's great news for you, me, and anyone else who's going to do the right thing, take the right steps, put the pedal to the metal during this shutdown, and continuing as the downturn, of course, the economy's not magically coming back the second the shutdown's over, whenever the heck that is. So during this whole downturn we're going to see likely for the rest of this year of 2020, two-thirds of businesses are left to grab all the customers and all the buying and all the money that's going to be out there. Wow, what great news. So don't be one of those 3. Don't give up. Don't curl up in a ball. Don't operate out of fear and panic and wishing and hoping for bailouts and what am I going to do? Like, stick with me. I'll help you through it. Go to profitfromchaos.com. I got a free report there. How to profit from chaos. I'll help you through it right there. And you can join my Facebook group. And you can go to Help from Steve and I'll help you out. Man, I just want to help you out. I don't want you to be that statistic. Don't be that guy, that 1 out of 3 business, or more if you ask me, because, 1 out of 10 businesses, or 1 out of 5 fails every year anyway. like just a few, maybe double, going to fail because of this. Don't be that guy. Anyway, so I shared the football, and then here's the follow-up piece. I get this humongous postcard. Yes, fat folks, this qualifies as a postcard because you can't open it. It's not an envelope. So now you're paying a little more postage, of course, than a small, regular postcard size. But then being a sharp marketer and paying attention to my direct mail Monday videos, you would never send a regular size postcard for advertising and marketing. What a ridiculous thing to do. You always want to send it oversized, just like I couldn't ignore the football. How the heck's anyone going to ignore this, even though it was in my mailbox folded up like this, so you can see all the creases, but it's still bigger than anything else, and still color, and it still sticks out, and you don't even have to get it opened. It's just bang. So that's number one, oversized. Number two, it's got a theme. Whenever you're doing a live event, even if it's an online event, a webinar, or anything, a theme helps inject more fun to it. And if people are going to have more fun, then they're going to engage more. They're more likely to show up. They're more likely to show up in a positive mood instead of a skeptical mood. Like, oh, okay, I'll sign up for that webinar and I'll go on it for 10 minutes. And if it sucks or it's boring, I'll check out. Like, is that the way you want people showing up? How about, man, I can't wait to show up at this thing. Look how much fun they're having with it. It's a football and it's an oversized thing. And in this case, it's a football field. I don't know if you can see, but in the background there, you see the yard markers, 40, 50, 30, whatever, all hashtags there. And by hashtags, that's actually what they were called, right? Actually, the little tags on a football field before social media. I think that's what the hashtags are. So it's a football field, right? And there's the end zone. I can't read what's in the end zone. Oh, it just says touchdown. So it's a stock background there of a football field. You see it says touchdown in the end zones, and it's a whole 100-yard field there. Boom! Front and background on both sides. So that's number one thing done right, sticking to the theme. It's well, the event was going to be live in person in Dallas, and their keynote draw, the big whale draw speaker, is the number one entrepreneur athlete of all time, Roger Staubach, who played for the Dallas Cowboys. And unless something is crazy in the universe, he still lives in Dallas. And so naturally, another hint, by the way, once we get back to having in-person conferences, if you're going to host one, look around for who locally you can invite, who would much more easily show up and much more cost-effectively show up than if you had to fly him somewhere. And that includes not just the main celebrity, but even attendees, local speakers, much more likely to show up if they're local than if they have to go far away. Not to mention they fit right in with your theme. We're going to be in Dallas. We're going to have Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame quarterback Roger Staubach speaking. He also, since it's an entrepreneur conference, he happens to be a tremendous multi-$100 million successful entrepreneur. So you want that when you have the theme for your events, it's easier to write the copy. That's the words that sell. So in this case, right on the top of the football, if you remember what it said, do not fumble this opportunity to join us. Well, what do you think it says on top of the big postcard? Do not fumble this opportunity to join us. If it works, why fix it? Don't fumble it if it's working. And on the other side, it says a big $$ invite to the conference. Keeping with the theme, get in the game and score more touchdowns. So 2 football game references right there in what could be the sub-headline, right? There's the headline. So picture if this was a newspaper. You'd have the big headline across the front page, and then on top of the article, you'd have a sub-headline. Here's another sub-headline. Top 7 reasons you want to rush over. It's another football term. Rush means running with the football, for those that are not football fans, to register. And so you have a sub-headline, and then you get into the copy. So, however, that's where it breaks down a little. But before I get into the room for improvement, let's show what else is keeping with the theme and working really well. Is they're not just having a party or cocktail party like you'd have at these events. They're having a tailgate party, a pep rally, and a tailgate party. Now, oh, and they're inviting, what do you know, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I hadn't read that when I first saw this, and I'm like, ooh, are they licensed to use that photo? Well, I guess so, if they're having them show up. So there you go. Not only is Roger Staubach there, but the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, which if you had your event, again, this is going to be online now, but at the time, it was planned to be in person in Dallas, and if they were going to have it in, I don't know, Lincoln, Nebraska, well, it would cost a heck of a lot more money to fly however many Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, maybe 6 or so, you're going to fly over there. Because I've been to events before, they'll have from the Knicks dance team or the Dallas Cowboys, where you need a few of them to show up to do a little dance routine. But you don't want to pay for all 40 of them from the squad to come. Don't be ridiculous. However, always, if you're at the local event, then you would bring that local cheerleading, pep squad, band, whatever. So that's another one. But then, unfortunately, that's pretty much where the football theme references end for some reason. Now, I have an idea of the reason that previously the marketing from this company, which was sold, the founder of the company's name is Bill Glazer. Bill Glazer, a great friend of mine, great mentor, and I've co-written a couple of books with him, and actually 3 now. And 2 he contributed to my book, and 1 I contributed to his. He was when he sold the company, and so but when he owned the company and he was in charge of, which all business owners, hint hint, whoever you're watching this, should be in charge of your own marketing, right? So of course you hire a consultant like me, someone to guide you and help you, but you're in charge. You know your products best, you know your goals best, you know your customers best. You might need someone like me to help you realize more that you need to know about your customers. I'll ask the right questions, help you do some research, but you know what's best for your company. I had another mentor, actually was Bill Glazer's partner, Dan Kennedy, who was famous for saying, there's 2 things I'll never delegate, and that's the checkbook and the marketing of any business. Like the money going out and the money coming in. The money! We don't delegate that. You can delegate who's cleaning the toilets and who's doing the filing and who's answering the phones and who's going out and who's going into court and arguing the case, who's doing the plumbing job, who's doing the whatever, like the doing. Dime a dozen, you can get anybody to do the doing. I know you're probably sitting there going, oh no, Steve, I do high-end remodeling work of, I had a client years ago did high-end, these big sweeping circular banisters, big wooden stairways you see in the $5 million homes. And he's like, yeah, no, I can't get anybody to do them as good as me. I have to do it all myself. Like, first of all, nonsense. But second of all, then you're not really an entrepreneur. You're just a business owner, self-employed, looking for work. You're not looking to take advantage of opportunity and open multiple locations and grow and make a lot of money. You just want the phone to ring and get a job. But anyway, I digress. Where was I? So, oh yeah, when Bill was in charge, he would carry it through. And I could have gone right into my files and grabbed an example from the past, but just believe me, he would carry the theme through everything. So I noticed here at a glance, I didn't read it all carefully, but in the descriptions of the different speakers, there's no football references. Now, maybe you're saying, well, Steve, those aren't football players. They're only Roger Staubach's football players, so how can you have a football reference to a woman who's teaching the secret war behind online customer reviews on Amazon? Cynthia Stein. I don't think Cynthia Stein played for the Dallas Cowboys or any other football team, likely. So how, what are you talking about, Steve? Well, what I'm talking about is that you carry the theme through. So not only would you have a photo of her, how lazy. You'd have this head superimposed onto a body with a football uniform, and maybe the hand's going like this, or holding a football, or rushing for a touchdown, or catching it, whatever. And all of these would be heads on top of football players. So you'd make them all into players at various positions. Okay, now just thinking off the top of my head, we have 7 different speakers here, so 7 different positions. So Roger Staubach's the quarterback, or maybe you, the host of the event, is the quarterback, but then here's like the wide receiver, and the safety, and the linebacker, and then you can write the copy to say, so here, I'm just going to pick that one, and this is off the top of my head, the secret war behind online customer reviews on Amazon. So what you need to know to protect yourself from the dirty tricks of competitors. Man, come on. It's not what you need to know to protect yourself from the dirty tricks of competitors. It's what you need to know to not have your message intercepted by your competitors. There. See, I don't even, it's in 2 seconds off the top of my head I come up with that. If I really sat down for any length of time at all, especially 2 or 3 heads are better than one when you're bouncing ideas like this. Hopefully you're in at least one or multiple mastermind groups. You have coaches, consultants, you bounce these ideas. You have a lot of fun brainstorming this. I could just see the people in the room going like, yeah, that's it. How to not have your Amazon reviews get intercepted by your competitors. The secret war, that would be something like, the secret war behind online customer reviews on Amazon. I don't know. Again, it's off the top of my head. Let's go to the next one. Let's see if I can come up with anything. As crappy as it is, it's got to have something to do with football. Off mic with Emmy Award-winning CBS Sports radio host Kate Delaney. The real truth of what I've learned from top-performing athletes. Oh, I'm sorry. I was dozing off there. The real truth of what I've learned from top-performing athletes that propelled them to succeed. Boring, blah, blah, blah. In other words, that's the same title and subtitle that she puts on every talk she gives everywhere. It's probably on YouTube. It's probably on her website. It's in a book. It's everywhere. Boring, lazy, and not effective. Not nearly as effective as if it said, head to the sidelines. Our sideline report, she'd be the sideline reporter. Our sideline reporter is going to be off the mic with her Emmy Award-winning CBS Sports radio host. The real truth of what I've learned from top-performing athletes has propelled them to succeed. The real truth I've learned from being inside the huddle with top-performing athletes that propelled them to succeed. Boom, done, there you go. See, so, look, you get the point. This is not, it's great, but it could be so much better, so much more fun. I mean, once I read like one description and it's typical, boring, same old, it's on his website and everywhere else he's ever spoken. It's on every podcast episode synopsis. It's on everything he's ever spoken. It's the same damn, they sent it in. See, here's what happens. You say to your speakers, if you're hosting an event, hey, send me the topic of your report, and then you cut and paste it into your marketing on your website, your postcard, your whatever you do. What? How lazy and ineffective. Hopefully that's not why you're watching my videos. You can do all that lazy, boring, ineffective stuff on your own. You're here to do stuff that works, that breaks the mold, that breaks through the clutter, that gets attention, that gets results, right? So they cut and they send in their stuff, and then you look at it, and this year's theme is football. So I'm going to make everything about football. And then, if necessary, I'm going to run it by him. But I'm going to let him know, hey, what's her, Kate? Hey, Kate, what's her name? Kate Delaney. Hey, Kate, you know, you're speaking at the event now. We're doing a football theme this year. We got the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. We got Roger Staubach. So send me your bio, but just understand, we're going to have fun, and your headshot, we're going to have fun with it. We're going to put your headshot on top of a football uniform, and we're going to jazz up your bio to have some football terms in it. And if for some reason they say, oh, yeah, no, I like being stuffy and boring and typical and crappy, you might just, say, by the way, you're not the only speaker in the world that I could possibly get it by. I mean, no, I've hosted over 600 events. I've never had a speaker say no to that. In fact, it's total opposite. The speakers are enthralled with that. They go, you're going to do that? No one does that. Everyone just puts my boring, same old topic. How fun is that? That tells me that you really care about your event and the people showing up. You're going to have a lot of fun at it, so the people are going to have more fun. Therefore, they're going to be in a better mood when they see me speak. They're going to respond better because the whole thing is fun. In fact, she's going to go, in fact, you know what? My dad played college football. He still has. I'm going to wear a football jersey when I give my talk, or I'm going to wear a helmet out onto the. I got an idea. I'm going to walk out with a football, and when I say, do this, I'm going to throw a football into the crowd and sign it for somebody. Whatever. Like, they get into it and they have fun with it. Like, come on now. So that's where you could have had a lot of help. You could carry the theme through everything, right? And that's unfortunately not done here. Boring, just, and all on the other side too. Just boring, typical, the bio, the description, whether you get that, right? So, the good thing is, oversized, football themed, and a few key football words: rush over, get in the game, score a touchdown, don't fumble, and then somehow the copywriter took a snooze and went to sleep and said, that's enough football stuff. Let's now just be boring and typical and boilerplate and screw the whole thing up when we could have had so much fun with it. And so theme out your events, but then for goodness sake, follow through and have some fun. And then, well, now it's not a live event. Now you're showing up on the computer. But if you showed up in the room at this thing, I would seriously just please hope that they'd have enough sense that you'd show up and your notepad would have a football field on it, and you'd be getting a pen with a football on the end, and there'd be goalposts up on the stage, and there'd be a football theme all around, and maybe you'd get what do they do? Maybe they'd serve hot dogs and popcorn or whatever they serve. They'd have a pennant. They'd give you a pennant to take home to put on the wall, or whatever, little blow-up football, little plastic blow-up footballs at every table. Like at concerts, people like to throw around the beach balls and tap them around while you're waiting for the band. Like, why not have footballs flying all around it? Have some fun, folks, right? Just because we're shut down and shut in and turned off doesn't mean that all the fun has to go out of life. Like, in fact, it's total opposite. Let everybody else operate out of fear and panic and boredom and worry and why don't you be the breath of fresh air and inject some fun into everything? Come on now. Better opportunity than ever. If you're having fun when the economy was booming, like, hard to believe, but only a month ago, the economy was absolutely booming out of control. Everyone was having fun. You're kind of lost in the clutter. Now, when people are worried, they're looking to have some fun. By all means, bring that to them and carry it through everything, and that'll do it. For today's example, I see a whole bunch of people are here, and I've seen they're coming in, and I see some questions, comments, concerns. Your shirt is ugly. Let's see what people have to say. Can I scroll up? No, don't tell me I missed it. Oh, man. Oh, okay, here we go. Toby is here, and Toby says, oh, Jeremy Danley. Now, talk about having some fun. Jeremy Danley is here. Otherwise known, you might know him, he's well known as Jer Dog. The mighty Jer Dog, one of the top comedians of the country. So now I'm totally embarrassed being on here talking about being funny and having some fun. I got a professional comedian on here who's probably sitting there going like, yeah, nice try, Steve. None of that was funny. None of that was fun. I know how to do it. But anyway, I digress. See, he's actually here, obviously not to learn anything about how to do comedy. He's here because he's also one of the top marketing experts in the whole world. He's the #1 marketing expert for restaurants and bars. So if you, and right now, well, they're all empty, pretty much, so he's switched his whole system over to takeout. So if you're a restaurant bar owner who's sitting there going, oh, what am I going to do? I'm shut down. I got to please beg everyone, please support local and all that kind of crap. Like, get to Jeremy Danley, and he'll help you. Have so many takeout orders, you won't even know what to do. You'll run out of food every night. Okay. Toby says, I had to learn that the hard way. See, I should have read it at the time, right? Because whatever that was, I don't remember. I had to learn that the hard way. Good thing my mentor, Steve Sipress, I know that guy. My mentor, Steve Sipress, gives it to me straight. I could preface every one of my videos with, dare ye to enter here. It's a no BS zone. And I'm straight talk Steve, and so you notice not candy coating a lot of stuff. Like, if your stuff is crap, or part of it is crap, part of it is crap. Part of it's great, part of it's great. It's just the way it is. Toby says, good thing my mentor Steve Cyphers gives it to me straight. Stop cleaning sewers. Toby has a sewer cleaning business. Stop cleaning sewers and start making money on other people cleaning sewers. Yeah, there you go, right. And even clean no, I don't, look. I'm sure there's people who know less about cleaning sewers than me, because I've had some clients that have cleaned sewers, so I did ask a lot of questions in order to put their advertising properly. I had to ask a lot of questions, but really I know nothing about doing it. My thinking is, no matter how good you think you are at it, either get better at training people, get better at hiring, or just knock some sense into your head and go, it's sewer cleaning service. I could certainly get somebody to do it, for crying out loud, and I can spend all my time on marketing and advertising and have so much work, I need to hire 5 sewer cleaners and get 4 more trucks and boom, ba-bang, ba-boom, right? Because let's say doing this video. Of course there's people who could do this video better than me. Well, now let's not go that far. This is part of the marketing. This is part of my outreach, part of my branding, my marketing. It's who I am. It's how I get my message across and attract new prospects, attract new clients. So this is something you would be doing. You would be doing the marketing videos. Now, I'm getting off on a tangent here, so I'll just make it brief. If you are camera shy, and you say, but Steve, look how natural and relaxed you are on the camera. In other words, you just didn't see. You can scroll back through my blog or on YouTube or Facebook, and you can see my first few. They were a little over 3 years ago in March 2017. I was horrible. So, no, look at me. Do I look like some natural movie star, talent, the camera loves me? Can't even say it with a straight face. Obviously not. But if for some reason you think your looks are worse than mine, so, gee, Steve, I couldn't look as good as you do on the camera. I couldn't wear an ugly, stupid red Hawaiian shirt, and I couldn't have a mishmash of crap behind me and some crappy just lighting coming through the window, nothing set up. And I don't know, my microphone, I couldn't even get the microphone to work with my laptop. I have like a state-of-the-art here, Blue Yeti professional microphone, you see, not plugged into anything because I can't get it to plug into my laptop. I have the Lenovo laptop, which I've looked it up and called them, and it's like the one brand that doesn't work with that microphone. So I'm talking right into the laptop microphone. So no lighting, no sound, no anything, no good, looking person presence on the screen. Like, if I can do it, can anybody do these? But if you're still saying, yeah, but Steve, I can't, then write everything out. If I can't talk off the top of my head like that, again, write it all out. Or, bottom line, this is what I'm getting to. I thought I was going to get to it quick. If you really, absolutely insist that you can't be the star of your own advertising marketing, then you get a mascot. Okay? Why do you think there's Charlie the Tuna? Why do you think there's Smokey the Bear? Tony the Tiger? Why do you think there are these mascots of marketing? I have a friend, a dentist, multi-million-dollar practice. He had Toothy, big tooth. Some guy dressed, could have been him, I guess, but I don't think so. Some guy dressed in a tooth costume. Stand outside and take photos of him and videos and whatever. So, you get a mascot. If you really, if you can't be Dave Thomas from Wendy's, if you can't be Frank Perdue and you look like a chicken and you're a chicken place, if you can't be, I was going to say back in the day, we would use him as a positive example, Donald Trump, the face of his company. But if you don't want to be the face of your company, who knows who's the face of Starkist Tuna? What does the CEO even look like, or the founder, or anybody? Oh, it's Charlie the Tuna, right? It's the Lucky Charms leprechaun. It's Tony the Tiger. So, you don't actually have to do it all. Or you can even hire a spokesperson. So it could be your secretary. It could be an assistant. It could be your cousin, your nephew, your sister. It could be somebody you hire. It could be your kids, your dog. It could be a cartoon. It could be anything. But come on now. Be entertaining. Whoever it is that's doing it. You be in charge of it. You be overseeing it. You don't delegate any of that stuff. But you can delegate the doing stuff. You still want to overlook that too. But stop the doing and start doing what matters. The marketing, the advertising. Phil Brakefield is here. And Phil says, football print pillowcases in all the rooms. Got to hand it to Phil. He's been in the promotional item business for almost as long as I've been alive. Long time. 50 years or more. And so he's going to come up with the theme. I guess that's when I was talking about, little blow-up footballs on your table or pens with a football on the end or whatever. And football print pillowcases in all the rooms. That's really going the extra 9 yards, right? You have an in-person event in Dallas. People fly in. They check into their hotel. They get up to the room. The pillowcases are green with yellow hashtag stripes on it, like in the background here, and they say touchdown, or maybe they have, well, I was going to say, have your photo on them or Robert's stuff. That's a little creepy, maybe, having someone's picture on it. But anyway, yeah, maybe something you put in the room. How going the extra mile is that? They show up, they check in the night before the event starts the next day, and already they're being immersed into the theme of the event. So, thank you, everybody who put in a question, a comment, concern, helped out with the video. Feel free, please keep commenting and liking and sharing and all that good stuff. Wherever you're watching this, listening to it, or reading it, I always respond when appropriate. I love the interaction. And especially now that everyone's cooped up and isolated. I love how they have us all believing it's self-isolation. Hey, we're self-isolating. Last I checked. I mean, technically, I don't see like a paddy wagon right outside my house, so I'm pretty sure I could like get out there, but man, I'll get shamed out of life if anyone, my neighbors see, oh, I saw you out there talking to the neighbor. You weren't 6 feet away. You're supposed to self-isolate. Well, last I checked, that's not really called self-isolating, right? It's called isolating. But anyway, I digress. That's another copywriting and the use of words and the power of words and the importance of each and every word. Another topic for another day. Speaking of which, tomorrow is Topical Tuesday. I'll be talking about something that's in the news. What could be in the news these days that people are thinking about and talking about? I wonder what I'll talk about. In the meantime, you want some personal help? We'll get on the phone. You go to helpfromsteve.com, but even better, go to profitfromchaos.com. Get my free report, but join me in my Profit from Chaos Facebook group. That's how you get the invite. You go to profitfromchaos.com and you come join us. We're having, in case you can't tell, we're having a blast. We're having a ton of fun, and we're helping people get through this and make a ton of money in the process. Even if you're not making it today, there are businesses that are positioning ourselves to make a killing when everyone starts freely spending money and going and doing things again. So profitfromchaos.com. I'll see you there, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks everyone being here today, and I will shoot tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. Over and out.